Hey there, let's talk about Poland. Now, some brief back history here. We know that on September 1st of 1939, Poland was invaded by Nazi Germany, and then shortly after, Poland was going to be invaded by the USSR. They had their Ribbentrop-Molotov Mutual Non-Aggression Pact, where the USSR and the Nazis decided to split Poland and not start a war with each other. Now, we know that pact is ultimately going to be broken. We got to talk about what happens to the Poles, what happens to their government when their country is being occupied. So first and foremost, we have the London Poles. Now, the London Poles are Polish refugees from London. They're going to leave their country. This is like their government in exile, and it's considered the legitimate government in exile really up until the end of the Cold War by a lot of Western powers. Now, we have these group of people. They're in Poland. Once their country is invaded, they leave Poland and end up in Paris. They're running their government in exile from Paris. After the fall of France, they then go up into London in the United Kingdom, and they lead their government in exile from the United Kingdom. They oppose any deal with the Soviets at all. They look at the Soviets as a group of people that made a pact with Hitler, who invaded their country, and then they themselves invaded their country. This group of individuals is incredibly opposed to the USSR. They're opposed to communism, and they do not want any deal with the Soviets at all. They are willing to accept the new borders discussed from the Yalta Conference only if they have a cast iron guarantee on free elections. By a cast iron guarantees is what they mean is there is no way this is going to change. That when Stalin says he is going to hold free elections, by darn it, they are going to get free elections. That is the only way the London Poles agree to accept these new borders from the Yalta Conference of Poland. They're going to play a major role in the 1944 uprising within Poland. Throughout the entire war, they're going to be leading the underground movement, really kind of leading this resistance towards the Nazis in Poland. So they're going to play a major role in a lot of this stuff, and they're going to be really looked on as allies by both the United States and the United Kingdom. The other group we're going to talk about is the Lublin Pulse. And the Lublin Pulse are also known as the Committee of National Liberalization, and they're a mostly pro-Soviet group located in Poland. They agree that they are going to work with the USSR. They are liking this backing of the USSR. They like the communist Soviet ideology, and they're going to be willing to work with them. And they're going to immediately agree to the new reforms from the Yalta Conference. They like this idea of the new borders. They like the idea potentially of the Soviet Union being having a lot of authority in their country. They view that as a way of protecting their country, and they are going to like this. Additionally, they are adamant in their refusal to work with the London Poles. They view the London Poles as an illegitimate government force that does not represent Poland in all actuality. They view them as kind of not a part of the picture at all, and they are going to go against the London Poles actively. And we're really going to see this on July 22nd of 1944 when they they post the PKWN, which just stands for the Polish Committee of National Liberation manifesto right through here. And in this manifesto, they are going to denounce the London Poles. They're going to call for the Polish Constitution of 1935, which is what really gave the London Poles their establishment. They're going to call that unjust and no longer able to be followed. They're going to denounce them, and they're going to establish Soviet control in Poland. So we can already see that in Poland, the group that's actually in Poland is going to be favoring with the Soviets. Now, this is something Stalin is obviously going to like very much. This is going to be a big warning sign for the United States and the United Kingdom. That is all for now. Questions, comments, put them down below. Good luck.